Great Britain are going for gold. They're going for promotion to the top tier of world ice hockey for the first time in 25 years. Well, the chance comes, what a save, Bounds! Unbelievable stop by Ben Bounds. GB with another opportunity, shot in on goal, they score! Robert Down cuts the deficit in two, and does that breathe life into this campaign for Great Britain. A goal here will seal promotion for Hungary. Harry will step in, looking to make the move. Bounce saves! Now this could get very, very interesting. One last throw of the dice for Great Britain. Puck goes towards the Hungarian stick. They're trying to force it out. GB have 19 more seconds. They put this one in on goal. Where is it? They've scored! Great Britain have scored! Robert Farmer forces it over the line. And is that the goal for goal? Great Britain somehow have forced it over the line. What late drama! As the shot comes in, Bounds makes the save, and it's all over. The game comes to a close. GB win on a shootout with gold already assured, and they're going to the top flight. They are going to go and play the best teams in world hockey. GB once again are golden here. The team bring it in together, and as one they raise the trophy up in the air. Great Britain win gold. Great Britain are promoted. Great Britain are going to play with the stars.
I think it was the first kind of sport that I really liked. You know, if you ask any of my friends and the boys in the room, I'm the worst sportsman ever. I got two left feet, I can't throw, I can't catch. And I think it was my uncle who took me down to a Devils game once, and just from day one of watching it, it was just, you know, that was the thing I wanted to do and loved. And my mum signed me up for my, it was 11th or 12th birthday then.
I think I had some friends, so we lived in here, small town, and the Ayr Bruins were a big thing in the town at the time, and I just went down one night and tried it out, and it just kind of rolled on from there.
My first memory as a young kid on skates, on roller skates, was crashing into cars down the street. I'm sure the neighbours loved it. On ice skates, I suppose it was when, you know, just when I first got out there as a junior, my shorts are down to my skates. You know, everything was oversized, and but I loved it.
I got into hockey by coming down and watching the Panthers when I was younger. My parents brought me, and I liked it, so then I started, and luckily enough I've managed to keep it going and make a career for myself.
I went to watch a game between Sheffield and Cardiff back with my parents when I was 6, and one of my best friends at the time, and after that I was just hooked, and for some reason really wanted to be a goalie ever since then.
I think what inspired me the most to play ice hockey was my father. Obviously it's a big influence on my life, and I want to be just like him. And growing up watching him play for the Durham Wasps, and you know, my earliest memories were skating with him and on the ice with the team. And ever since I was young, that's all I wanted to do.
I think my parents were probably the biggest inspiration for me starting ice hockey. My dad was a hockey coach growing up. Also played for Great Britain internationally. My mum was a figure skating coach, and then a figure skater growing up as well. So when I was started skating, they were a big inspiration to me, and taught me the ropes early on, and definitely a big impact on my career.
Yeah, well, my brother obviously played before me. He's 4 years older than me, and I think that in Canada you kind of grow up and it becomes part of your pastime, and especially when you have a sibling that's involved in the sport, you kind of trailed along next to him, and you don't really have a choice but to get involved. And
there was a school visit back in Hull. A couple of the Hull Thunder players came, handed out tickets, went with some family and friends, and really liked it. Then my 6th birthday party, went skating and never looked back since.
Yeah, my first memory, I remember going on the rink in Streatham, being, I think I was like 18 months old, and skating around with my parents and my Uncle Ed, just kind of going around. And then my first practice in Guildford when I was 4 or 5 years old, still still brings back memories. Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of kids in this country relate to football, watching the national team, the England team at football, where me, it was hockey. From as long as I can remember, all I wanted to do was play hockey. I wanted to play at a good level. And I was, how old was I? I was about 10 or 11. My dad took me to watch a Great Britain international game at Nottingham. And that was it. I just wanted to play for Great Britain. That's all I wanted to do.
Well, why ice hockey? I think, well, funny story, my dad used to drink in a pub across the road. And it was a hotel, and a lot of the players drank and played darts in there with them. So I think it came through a guy called Philip McNeil, and I think Bernie McCrone were the two goalies. And I just went down one day and I threw their gear on. It was massive. It was too big for me. They just pushed me on the ice, and I think I just kind of enjoyed it. It was something different. And
Sheffield and stuff have under 10s, 12s, 14s, 16s, and A teams and B teams. But Billingham, we didn't have an under 10s team because there wasn't enough people. So it just started at under 12s. And I was playing hockey from about 6 pretty well, but I used to try out for the under 12s every year. But because I was so young and so small, I wouldn't make it through tryouts every year. And then I made it, when I was 8, I tried out and they accepted me and I got to play. So I was quite a bit smaller than everyone else.
My older brother, he started practicing with the whole senior team, and then he started playing games, and then I kind of just followed his footsteps. They kind of heard he had a younger brother, and then I started practicing with him.
Yeah, I was a mascot for the Hull Thunder against Team Canada once, and I left my skate cards on and stacked it.
My first memory was probably back at the Summit Centre in Glasgow, which was a rink that's no longer open, but that was kind of where I first started my hockey career. I had started skating previously at another rink in Glasgow, but that was when I first started hockey. And back in the younger days with Stephen Murphy, my cousin, and a few of the other boys that we used to play growing up with.
The junior club in Sheffield used to do an house leagues kind of system, and you could just turn up on players once you were registered and everything. And we turned up, and I was in the players' kit as well as my mate back then. But my mum had actually taken a goalie stick that I got for Christmas, and it was like an old Franklin street hockey goalie stick with a plastic paddle and everything. And I think they thought that if I were allowed in net, I could have used it. But looking back, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it shows how much we didn't really understand the sport, thinking that I'd be allowed in the net wearing all players kit and that street hockey stick. It's kind of funny to look back on a little bit.
And my first goal was against Nottingham in the old Nottingham rink, because I'd been skating for so long. I was a great little skater, and I skated down and around, and I kind of looped around the net, and I went 5-hole on the goalie. And I didn't know what to do with myself. I kind of jumped on the spot, and I was so excited because for so long I'd watched hockey and watched them score and watched them celebrate, and in my head I was like, I'm going to do something cool. But I didn't. I just jumped up and down. It was awesome.
I kind of fell into coaching a little bit through Paul Heavey. And then the Scottish Eagles programme gave me a job there, and they sent me away, and I just really enjoyed it. I never had any intention of becoming a hockey coach. I'm sure everybody that knew me had no thoughts that I would ever become a leader of anything, or a leader of, you know, teaching kids or men or whatever. And it just kind of went from there. And I think from day one I had a good interaction with people. So I think that was the first thing. I was a good communicator, and I think I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed the buzz of it. I enjoyed watching people getting better.
You get your little questionnaires when you're a kid. What do you want to be when you grow up? And mine was a Great Britain hockey player. I didn't realise you played for another club as well. I thought it was like you signed for Team Great Britain at that age. But yeah, that's all I wanted to do.
It's definitely a very special thing to play for the national team. It's one of those things where, you know, growing up, you always dreamed of, you know, representing your country and, you know, at the highest level. And, you know, I've been very fortunate to do that over the years and made many good friends, on the team, and then coaches as well over the time. And, you know, lots of fun memories over the last, 15, 20 years playing for GB.
When you've got 20-odd guys kind of all rooting for the same thing, all pulling towards that same goal, all got that pride of the country, and you know what us British are like, very, very proud people.
You play for your club all year long against 90% of the guys that are in that team. You have your club allegiances, but then you come to GB and it's like one big family. And
I think it's sometimes rare that you get that, where everyone turns up with the same agenda, same goal, and everyone does that, and everyone's very selfless for the 3 weeks we're together.
The beautiful thing about the GB team, everybody is so tight, everyone's best mates. You look forward to it every year going away with GB, because it's good hockey, but it's so much fun to be with that group of guys.
It's been fantastic over all of the years, you know, even the years where we haven't done so well. Still been great hanging out with the boys for a couple of weeks at the end of the year. We come together, we have a laugh, we battle, we do our best, and you know, for the years I played, I've had a fantastic time doing it.
There's pressure on you, there's expectation, and you want to do it not just for that badge on your jersey, but you want to do it for everyone in that room. And
this is a team who's been together for so long. The feeling of losing together, the feeling of winning together, it's something you can never ever recreate. And I think that this is the thing. Once we're all done, that's what we're going to miss most, is trying to recreate them feelings. And yeah, to put it into words is very, very tough, and we're just lucky enough to be able to experience that.
The International Ice Hockey Federation hosts championships. They are the governing body of the sport in the world, and there's like about 80 affiliate members. And every year that they can host championships from 18s, male and female, through to senior men and women. And the top division is the world men, and then it goes to 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A and down, and then qualification. And over the years, like, Great Britain created history by going 1B, winning in Belfast, to 1A, winning in Budapest, to the top division, and that's never been done in succession.
Right from the start, I mean, we keep saying this dare to dream kind of thing, and that were the hashtag that kind of came from that, from those World Championships. But we believed it as well. It wasn't just a dream. We believed that we could win. We believed that we could go up. We knew we could win a gold medal.
I remember Andy French text me first to give me a heads up before Jim Anderson was going to call me. So when Jim called, it goes, Jim's going to call you around, and I think it might have been Boxing Day. I think it was at Christmas time. And he said, we want you to coach your national team. And I was like, are you sure? Yep, we want you to do it. And there must be other people, I said. He said, no, we spoke to some other people, but we're going to go this route. And I was like, all right then. I said, well, can I have one thing? Can I take Tommy Watkins? Because I trust him, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, it was quite a crazy day. Do you know, I think it was something that, as a British person, you want that opportunity, and to have came through the programme in 16s, 18s, 20s, and then have a chance to go and try and help make things better was an amazing thing, you know. And I'm sure there was lots of doubters thought that I couldn't make things better or the players couldn't, and you know, it's good to prove all those people wrong.
He loves, obviously, the national team, and he has done. And the way he speaks about it, some coaches can give a speech, but when he talks about it, you know he feels it. You know he feels that hunger as much as you do. And the passion he shows, obviously, giving those speeches, getting you going, it gets you fired up because you know he believes every word he's saying. He believes it.
He's passionate. Don't get, you know, he's red, white and blue. You know what I mean? Like his football team as well. But he's so calming. You know, he goes in there with a philosophy and he just talks to the guys. He doesn't shout and scream at them. You know, wear your heart on your sleeve. He said, that's Great Britain ice hockey.
He just has got a way with the players, and the way that he can bond with them and they bond with him. He's just got that special, I don't know what the right word is, but he's just got that connection.
He knows when to push guys' buttons and when to work hard and when to have fun too. So it's definitely, he creates a nice environment for the guys to enjoy themselves as well as work hard.
Been a part of Pete's team since I was 16, 17, and I know exactly what he's like. He brings that passion, and then it's not just Pete, you got Corey and Kiefer who are in there, and Corey's been a part of the GB group as a player as well as a coach, and he completely understands it all. And Kiefer, again, Kiefer's a great guy, and all three of them guys, they all bring something different.
You know, I know Pete from back in the Cardiff days, and he was the same back then, and you know, he makes you realise what an honour it is to play for your country.
Take one out of done well. Okay. Welcome to the Ice Sports Centre in Eindhoven, Netherlands. This is GB's home for the next week, the World Championship Division 1B. 5 big games for GB in their quest in the Division 1B World Championship, and they are ready. They're focused. This new, young-looking and energetic squad under Pete Russell, all ready for this year's World Championship.
First year when we were in the Netherlands, it was we kind of went into that tournament you know, not really knowing who we were as a team. It was Pete's first tournament as head coach, and you know, a lot of us had played juniors with Pete as coach, and you know, we didn't really know where we were at after, you know, a tough year the year before, and I think, you know, from the first day we kind of found our identity in that tournament.
I think when we went down to that group, I think everybody thought, including us, that we were going to come straight back up. But that was the toughest group to get out of. And you know, it's a group where you've got to win all 5 games. We knew that, and then obviously we put ourselves in a great position, and then we played Lithuania on our last day, and you know, we could not score against that goalie.
After the first win in Eindhoven, it was hard to believe because we played so well right through, you know, going 2 goals down against Korea and Pete calling the timeout and the penalty shot we had, and thought, right, we're on here for a gold medal. And yeah, but it came to that final day and against Lithuania, and I think it was Jonathan Boxall took a penalty delay game, and they scored in the power play. We just couldn't get it back. I think we hit post, crossbar.
You know, I think we were confident going into the game, maybe. Looking back, maybe a bit too confident. But nevertheless, we had good results against them in the past, and it was heartbreaking. It was a close game. Their goalie stood on his head.
It just wasn't meant to be. You know, we have a big 5-minute power play on, you know, late on, and the guy was on fire. We just threw everything at him, but just could not get that final goal. I think we just needed a point there, didn't we? I think we just needed the tie. And
standing on that blue line after the game, knowing that it's gone, like that opportunity's gone, it was just something that you don't forget.
To fall that shot with it being in our hands and not get it done, it was just absolutely gutting. And I can remember as soon as I got that silver medal, I took it right off my neck because I really didn't want to see it, to be fair. I put it right in my pocket, and it were gut-wrenching, and it's one of the worst feelings I've had in my hockey career so far.
After nights when you lose, a lot of guys will tell you struggle to sleep. You're up thinking of plays where if you'd have just done something different, would it have changed the overall outcome? If that shot, if it had gone a couple of inches higher, would it go over his glove? Would he not stop it? You play little clips of it in your mind and think, would that have changed the overall outcome? So when you've got 3 months to do it before your next game, it's a long time.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Let's start again.
Here we go.
Go on then.
Second chance Sunday.
Here we go. Well, it all comes down to this. It is gold medal day for Great Britain, and they need just a point from this final game this afternoon against Ukraine, and that will be promotion to Division 1A of the World Championship.
I remember the game, actually. I remember that we were dominating them first 2 periods, and I think it was the second period. I think Bachi took a point shot, and I managed to get a tip on it, and so we went into the break 1-0 up.
We were playing great, and then I think we knew we were going to do it, and then just got a bit panicked, and then we just let them back in.
Richardson takes it back. Ukraine have stepped up their forecheck. They've got a chance out in front. Shot goes all the way through, and they equalise. Ukraine have tied it at 1 goal each.
You know, we had so many chances early on and never took them, and I think that was a real tough one because, you know, the goal came off a change as well. I'll never forget it, and we made a silly change in the wrong area.
I can remember the shot coming in as clear as anything. I can remember seeing the puck kind of bounce out, get switched across to the guy, and he comes in and he took a touch and he shot it, and it was probably about, I don't know, an inch higher than what my blocker were, and I can remember just seeing it go past me and thinking, oh no, not again, and there wasn't very long left in that game. I think maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
A broken play in the neutral zone led to the chance, and now Great Britain desperately need a goal. It's Ukraine 2, Great Britain 1.
To this day, I'll never forget, we were just about to pull the goalie, and Russ Cowley goes down, forechecked on the guy, nowhere near the goalie, and just takes a dive. Referee sees him fall over, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like.
And has he called this one both ways? Or has he just called it on Great Britain? With 3 minutes to go. Wow. Well, the goaltender sets up a roadblock, and Cowley just turned to skate after the puck, and he just didn't move.
We're all over you, and you go and take a penalty like that, and we just couldn't, you know, it was 5-on-5, we just couldn't get the puck in the net, and you could just see in the guys' faces, this isn't going to happen again. You know, it's twice now, it's 2 silvers, just not going to happen.
We lost that one ourselves, you know. I think maybe the first one against Lithuania, maybe we weren't quite ready. We didn't know what it actually took to get over that line, but yeah, I think the Ukraine one definitely kind of, we shot ourselves in the foot there.
It's disappointing to lose on the last day when, in fairness, in both those tournaments we were probably the best team.
And I think we all knew combined we'd made mistakes, me and them at that point, and I was taking my shoulders. I had no problem with it. I was just so disappointed for the players because I know more than anything they just wanted, a lot of those guys just never won a gold medal before, you know, and I wanted them to feel that, you know, that has been a huge thing. And
you maybe think you're not going to get that many opportunities again, and you know, as a player like myself, as you get older, you know, you're just trying to play at the highest level you can as long as you can, and we maybe didn't think we were going to get the opportunity to get another shot at it.
We kind of expected to do it at that point, and to not do it, that was, yeah, probably the worst feeling I've had in hockey, and I'd say quite a few of the other guys too. The dressing room was not good after the game.
I think when we look back on it now, that probably helped us as a team. You know, if we would have maybe gone up that first year, you know, would we have had all that chance to build and build and build to where we are now? So it was obviously very disappointing at the time, but in the long run, I think as a team, it's made us stronger and made us better.
It's an historic moment on Ice Hockey UK TV. For the first time in 25 years, the UK will hold a Men's World Championship tournament right here in the SSE Arena in Belfast. GB, Japan, Croatia, Estonia, Lithuania and Netherlands will battle it out to see who will get promotion to Division 1A of the IIHF World Championship.
When it was brought out that it was going to be in Belfast, just knew it was going to be special. From day one, it was just a different atmosphere in that room, different atmosphere.
Home ice advantage is big. We've got, you know, evening games, so the schedule's pretty much the same every day.
Playing for Belfast, I have the Giants fans there and also the GB fans, and to have my family come over and support as well.
We're used to the arena. We've all played in Belfast. You know, we're used to the city. We're used to the food, just all the little things.
You know, going into Belfast, there was just that feeling that, okay, like, this is it now. We've had those 2 years of disappointment, and we're not going to have that again. We're going to make sure that this tournament we're ready.
And who knows what would have happened after that tournament if we hadn't got promoted. You know, there's a lot of us kind of older guys. I mean, you know, do the program just kind of get rid of us and then go with something younger and try and rebuild? So there was, you know, I think there was a lot of pressure on us that tournament, and a lot of eyes on us. So yeah, it was. We definitely felt that, but I think we felt confident from right from the first kind of day of training camp.
Since relegation from Pool A in 1994, Great Britain have not won promotion, and now just Japan stands in their way in a winner-takes-all game. During the last 23 years, Great Britain have won silver 5 times, including heartbreaking Ljubljana in 2001, Eindhoven 2015, and 12 months ago in Zagreb. Now Pete Russell's side are 3 periods away from their own piece of history on home ice.
Yeah, I mean, I think going into that final game, you know, we'd learned so much from the previous 2 years, and we'd really put a lot of emphasis on it, and we were going to do whatever it took. I think the home ice advantage was a big thing for us, and you know, we controlled that whole game, and I don't think there's any chance of us not winning.
Guys would have ran through a wall that game, and it ended up we come out so hard. That first period, they didn't know what hit them. They had no clue. We absolutely took it to them, and once we got that first goal and it started going, that was it. There was no turning back, and there was nowhere. We'd learnt from when we sat back. We weren't going to sit back again. We were going to keep going and going till the end.
GB will build one more time. Shields. Still Shields. Floats that one towards the net, deflected. They score! Matthew Myers, the man in front.
First one I remember was just the garbages in front of the net. Somebody shot it from a point, tipped it in, and it was fairly early in the game, so It was a big goal, so it like got us, you know, a nice lead early on in the game, which is what we wanted, because Japan are a good team. We've always had close games against them and lost numerous occasions to them. And you know, it's always nice to score, but who cares about scoring when you come to these tournaments? We just want to win games, so it doesn't really matter. And then, you know, me and Mose got a 2-on-1, made a nice source pass and left me with an empty cage, and I just shot it in, and it was great. And at that stage, I think we all knew we were gonna do the job to get up, which was great. And like I say, you know, scoring goals is fab, but I really couldn't care less about scoring goals. You know, at any time, but especially when you come to GB, you just want to do your best, win hockey games, and see where you end up at the end of the tournament.
I knew when we got to the Japan game we were going to win. I had no doubt in the world we were definitely better than them, and I knew it. There was no way when we got to the gold medal situation we'd lose 3 times in a row. And I think for a team that had never won a gold medal before, I thought that was a sensational performance against Japan, because we battered them. You don't think 25 years and the emotion and, you know, like a great city to do it in, and, you know, home soil, like, you know, it's just something that my mum and dad were there, my wife and my daughter was only 2, and, you know, they don't get to come much, and to share it with the people and the players of the families there was really, really, really a sensational thing. I thought that was unbelievable.
A moment of real magic for British ice hockey as GB make history. They win gold for the first time in 24 years on home ice here in Belfast. Smiles for the cameras, the team creep closer. He raises the trophy. Great Britain are golden in Belfast, promoted to Division 1A.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Oh, it's in the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, just for GB Media.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm going to start as wide as I can without getting your shorts in, and then come into
Okay.
which is not far actually. So.
Welcome to Budapest for the first Ice Hockey UK TV in association with McDonald's, and we brought the sun with us from the UK here to Hungary. This behind us is Great Britain's home for the next 7 days, the Pap Laszlo Sports Arena, and just away on this side is the hotel where Team GB will be for the next week.
Excellent.
I'd say I nailed that.
I honestly thought from, you know, when the season was coming to an end with our clubs, and you start thinking about the tournament coming up and what's realistic and what's not, I always had in my head, and you know, we'd kind of spoken to some of the boys, and we all thought that we've got as much chance of getting promoted as we do of being relegated. You know, you haven't got to win 5 games to do that.
You know, Slovenia had just come back from the Olympics, done really, really well. Italy are always good, Kazakhstan, fantastic team. Then you've got Hungary, good, Poland, good, and us.
I think we thought with 2 teams going up, there was a chance that we could do it. I think obviously it was going to have to take a monumental effort, but I think we thought that well, I certainly thought there was a good chance we could go up.
Being totally honest, I'm going to that tournament and looking at the calibre of the teams. My first thing isn't gold medal. My first thing was like, right, we can beat Hungary, we can give them a game. And then it's like, right, so we beat Hungary, then we pinch a point somewhere else, and we could be in with a medal shout, because in those tournaments, everybody beats everybody, because it's that kind of a level playing field.
Maybe that doesn't go right for the other team, and you got a bit of luck, and we were just trying to create a mindset of there's nothing to fear, you know, and a little dare to dream thing was just to get the players laughing and get them thinking about something else, and don't think about bad things, think about positive things.
You know, Pete said it from day one, dare to dream, like, why not? You know, we kind of took it one game at a time, and, you know, let's see where we're at. We play that first game, we win that first game, and then the belief starts.
That first game, everyone was so pumped up, everyone was so ready, and there wasn't any pressure on us, you know. We just had to come out, we're the underdogs, and we play great when we're the underdogs.
We were kind of going out and trying to think, right, well, we'll have a really good game that'll settle us into the speed of the tournament, and if we don't come out with the points, it's okay, because they weren't really the team we were looking to get points off.
You know, we might be not the most skilled teams there, but we'll work, and we're dogs, we like to work, and that first game against Slovenia, we come out, get an early goal. Polini went down the wall and there was a guy back checking him, and he kind of fell and the lane opened up. He gave me the puck and I just, you know, head down and shoot. And there was a good screen in front. The goalie didn't see anything and it went top corner. It was, you know, the bench was just, you know, we can do this. And it was special. It was great. And that spurred us on. And even when they scored their goal, we kept on pushing and pushing.
Erhardt will handle on the blue line. He steps in, big slap shot, deflects up high. Millie's just out in front, they score! Off the glass and down, puts it in! As the power play expires, a huge stroke of fortune for GB.
My first goal against Slovenia was a power play goal. I just kind of snuck in the back door, and the puck went down to Hammond, and he kind of gave me a no-look pass, a real nice pass, put it on the plate. I was able to put it in the back door, and it was a really good feeling. You know, it was a good point in the game where we were able to get the lead. You know, it felt good personally as well, getting my first one for GB.
GB need that as the chance will come. Final opportunity. GB block it again. And Great Britain are going to start with a win. They've beaten the Olympians. They've beaten the top seeds.
Winning that first game against Slovenia was huge. I believe we wouldn't have had the tournament we had if we didn't win that game. It gave us so much belief, you know, so much confidence. Just showed everyone, you know, even ourselves, like, look, if we play the way we can for 60 minutes, like, you know, we've got a chance here.
I thought to myself, meh, okay, good start. You know, these guys are in Pool A, we've got a good start here.
The good thing about that game was we defended so well, so straight away we thought, oh, we can defend here, we can defend against the #1 team. You know, and it was like, we knew our PP was good and we knew when we got in a situation we could score, so that gave us really a footfall to push forward on, I think.
It was special, and that's what kick-started that belief.
Hold on a sec, like, all right, let's see what we can do.
Kazakhstan under pressure. Matthew Myers, that big body in the right wing corner, sends it into the corner again. Ferrara is bumped, the referee gets in the way. Myers battles on the boards. GB have a chance out in front, shot, they score! What a finish, Luke Ferrara! GB lead Kazakhstan!
I think the game started good. We tried to play a bit more conservative in some areas because they were so free and they can come at you in waves, and then I'm sure it was a 10-minute spell, wasn't there? They scored 4 goals and the game just twisted. And
that defeat was the best thing for us because we were so high after that. It brought us back down to earth. It brought us to where we needed to be, thinking, right, this is kind of what we were maybe expecting, you know, that thumping. And we never match up well against the Kazakhs. You know, every time we've played them with GB, or if it's teams in the Continental Cup, or, you know, we don't seem to match up against those teams very well. So after the game, like I said, you have to be resilient. You know, you have to brush it aside and move on and pick yourself up. And we obviously did that, but that was a really big moment in the tournament that just brought us back down and realised where we are and what we're doing.
And we looked at the schedule and we thought, well, Kazakhstan played now. They're the first game tomorrow. And sure enough, they lost. But that night at the hotel, I went to bed I went to my room at 10 o'clock and there was not one guy on the floor. Usually you got guys playing cards or, you know, a bit of banter chatting outside the rooms. Everyone's in bed and I thought, hang on a minute, this is something special here. Something special. It's something I haven't seen in my involvement in all these years with GB, and I just thought, something's going to happen here.
And we knew the next game was a game that maybe they were the 2 teams that we knew if we beat them, we'd go to 6 points and we're close to being safe. But we thought we're close to being safe at that point.
Game 3 at the Ice Hockey World Championships here in Budapest, and this really is moving day. If Great Britain want to be in the mix for a medal, then you've got to say they have to take victory against Poland. Pete Russell, the head coach, has juggled his lines. Brendan Brooks will be given more responsibility. He will be given more ice time playing with Mike Hammond and Robert Dowd as he tries to find some more offense. This is such a tight group. GB know if they want to finish in the top 2 or even in the top 3, victory is a must. Otherwise, the looming shadow of relegation starts to come into focus.
So obviously it was a tough team against Poland. We're you know, in a battle. They play a strong, hard game. And I remember Richardson got the puck at the point. I just tried to get open for a tip. You know, he sent me a nice shot pass, and I was able to tip it past the goalie, and you know, keep the scoring touch going, which was nice. So.
Oh, Bellini finishes off well. Lovely feed. Who's a really good player. He's in possession now as it goes back towards the blue line. What a finish! A bullet of a slap shot from Pavel Dronia. Maybe now they can calm things down. Shields snaps this one, scores! Power play goal for Great Britain. Lovely feed from Farmer. And Shields does what he's done so many times before. Oh, a great pass right up the middle. This could be real danger, GB. That's never, ever a penalty, and they've given a penalty shot here. Richardson clearly got the puck, in my opinion. We've got the benefit of the replay here. Oh, he cleared the puck. He absolutely cleaned the puck.
No, that penalty shot, I can't remember anything at all leading up to it, but I can remember kind of knowing the old kind of Euro-style players in that tournament. I thought that mainly Deke. And the guy come down, I can remember he come down with a bit of speed, but not tons, and backed off. And I thought he was going to actually fake a shot and go around me, so I dropped a knee to try and push him into that, and he actually shot the puck, and it surprised me a little bit. And I can remember it hit me on the inside thigh of my right leg and rattled around a little bit, and for a split second, just as a goalie, when that kind of happens and something that you're not expecting kind of happens, your heart stops and time freezes a little bit, and you panic and you're like, oh my god, where's that gone? And then I saw it pop between my feet and I thought, thank god for that.
Lee goes back, first man to it, looking for an option. Has one now with Robert Dowd. Oh, what a pass. Finds Brooks. Brooks working his way through. Scores! Brendan Brooks. GB tied the game at 3.
I got the puck coming through the middle. Brooks started streaking right through the middle of the 2 D-men, and all I did was kind of lay it in there for him. And he's got great speed. He took it in there and finished it off. And that was a huge turning point for that game, because obviously trailing those tournaments, it's so hard to score goals because everybody's so defensively sound. So to get that goal to kind of break that deadlock of them being ahead brings us right back in the game, swings the momentum our way. It was awesome.
GB battle hard in there. Here is Richardson, penalty coming. Penalty coming against Poland. GB needs to give this puck away quickly. They fire this one into the corner. There's 2 referees who've got their arms in the air. Who's going to be called here? Ben O'Connor was chopped up high.
Yeah, I remember getting a nice 2-handed slash in the chin, which didn't start out too well, but gave us the 5-on-3, which is huge. And you know, we've really worked on our special teams a lot with this GB program. And you know, these tournaments, it's special teams that wins your games. And over the last couple of years of success, we've had a great penalty kill, and we've had a pretty good power play.
Ben O'Connor on his 50th cap. Hammers it home, and he sets the smoke flying in this arena, and GB are back in the lead. GB are going to win this one. They've beaten Poland. Division 1A hockey for next season almost assured, and now can they go chasing a medal here in Budapest?
Obviously, the win against Poland really helped us push on, because if we'd have lost that game, I think we'd have been deflated after 2 losses in a row.
There's so many scenarios. I mean, Buxton has it all figured out. He's a math genius.
Previous tournaments, I should say, you get 1 game, 1 win in that group, and it almost guarantees you staying up. But in this tournament, it didn't.
So to have won 2 games and the coach is still like, we could still go out. It's like, wait, what? My head's in the clouds already. We've won 2 games. My head's in the clouds. I'm thinking we've got a medal at least. And then to come in and then guys are talking about it over the dinner table, and it's like, yeah, we can still go down. And it's like, you can't even wrap your head around it.
We knew what we had to do. We had that belief after that win against Poland, and we're playing good hockey. We're working hard. We had good speed, and we had that belief now that we can win games at this level.
Great Britain's journey to the top has been long, and it has been winding, and now it approaches the final couple of furlongs. 2 more games to go. First opponent is Italy, and if they get the job done here, Great Britain are on the brink of playing right at the very top of world ice hockey. It's a big task. 2 wins guarantees it. Easier to say than to do.
I'd only been against Italy once, and a couple of times younger, and I knew we'd match up good against them. They were quick, but I knew they would suit us. They played pretty straight lines.
Good play by Swindlehurst, uses his reach well. Now GB can clear the puck down the ice. They have it, and they go cross ice. Taken out of the air by Bellini. He's got a shooting chance. Bellini scores! What a play by Bellini! The high puck goes forward, and from hip height, he took it straight out of the air. He went inside, outside on the defenseman, and just threw it at the net, and it went right through Bernard.
It was a high flip. Pels was flying down the far side of the ice, and I just tried to get it over that side of the ice. There's a lot of bodies there, and just threw a moon ball out there.
It's Italy come the other way, nearly sneaky past Ben Bounds, who's down and out on the play. Oh, they've scored! Larkin puts it in. As GB will come in with Brendan Brooks on the left side. Brooks has options, picks out a great pass. Shot comes, scores! Robert Dowd! Wonderful, wonderful pass from Brooks. And Dowd snipes one from the top of the circle. Working it towards the middle, O'Connor intercepts. Oh, gives it away right out in front. What a chance this is for Italy. Bounds is swimming around on the ice. He makes the first save. Huge giveaway, Ben O'Connor, as the chance comes again, and they score. Larkin with a shot from just inside the blue line. As Ben O'Connor will send it in, he scores from outside the blue line. Ben O'Connor with his third of the tournament, and a horrific mistake from Andreas Bernard. And GB are back in the lead again.
No, I saw the opening, and no, it was definitely a dump. I was tired and I wanted to change, and yeah, I just put it on net. It was at the end. We just finished a penalty kill. I put it on net, and it took a nice bounce and went 5-hole. And you know, you could do that 100 times and it might not happen. And it was just one of those things. And luckily, it went in.
GB will break the zone with Bellini into the offensive zone on the angle. Bellini keeps it going, puts it out in front. Shields couldn't get a stick on it. Then he'll sweep it round the boards himself. And Italy will try and come. Here's Bellini, short side, scores! GB capitalise on the mistake, and Bellini with his second of the game. What a finish! Forehand, backhand, forehand, high, shelf, goal! GB lead Italy by 4 goals to 3. 10 seconds to go in the game. Italy, they're offside. They've got to be offside. They don't call it again. Could be a chance out in front. GB do a job defensively. They're going to do it. Great Britain have beaten the Italians, and they are top. They are top of the table with 1 game to go. And right now, they are politely tiptoeing all the way down the path to the top tier of world ice hockey, and they are 1 point away.
We got a lucky bounce that we don't usually get in the Italy game to get a lead, and then I thought we'd seen the game out so well in that game. I thought it was a great game of hockey, and then you go to just, you know, you go to a level of madness.
As the final hooter went on that game, that's when it dawned on me we could go up. Because before that, you're fighting to stay there, and you're fighting for a medal, not a gold medal. You're fighting for a medal. Do you know what I mean? So then when we won that, it's like, oh my God, like, we could go to the top division, which, go back a few years ago, that's not even fathomable.
2 games to go in the last day, 4 periods to play. There was still 4 teams that could have got promoted. That's how close it was.
I think after beating Italy, again, me and John were back in the hotel, and we were sat there, we were looking at the standings, because we played like an afternoon game, I think, then. And we sat there, we were top of the pops, and you know, you're thinking, you know, this is insane. We had 9 points at that stage, and in previous years, teams with 9 points had won silver medals and got promoted. So, but again, in this tournament, 9 points wasn't guaranteeing you anything. It was guaranteeing us to stay up, but it wasn't guaranteeing us a medal. So with 1 game left, me and John are in the room going, oh, we could do this, we could do that, and it would be, you know, be great. But of course, Hungary are a good team too, and again, we match up fairly well with them, and they're always close games.
Pressure on us, yeah, there was. You know, we put the pressure on ourselves along with, you know, the outside pressure too.
Yeah, the night before, not much sleep. You know, you're just excited. I mean, I roomed with Dowdy, and you know, we just talking the scenarios, like what if, like we could be playing against all the big boys, and you know, it's a dream come true. Like it's something that might not happen again, or you know, like the last time it was 23, 24 years ago. So the importance of that game was huge.
Great Britain are going for gold. They're going for promotion to the top tier of world ice hockey for the first time in 25 years. It was gold in Belfast, and now, having come in as the lowest seed, they are 1 point away. And Great Britain know if they win, they and Italy will be promoted. Great Britain will win gold.
In that arena, it was nuts. You couldn't speak to the guy next to you, it was that loud. Those fans were insane. So coming out, you can obviously, your dressing room was kind of right underneath the stands, so you can hear like the kind of roar of the fans kind of muffled while you sat there trying to think of what you're going to do and how you're going to play, and while you're trying to gather your thoughts before you go out there, you can even hear the chaos right above your head. You can hear the fans jumping. So it wasn't quiet, it wasn't super nervous, but there was a quieter feeling than a normal game.
It was everything you dreamed of, you know. You're sitting on the bench at the start of the game, you've got a sold-out arena in Hungary against the home team, and how loud it was, like, you can't describe it unless you were there.
The crowd was just going crazy. It was one of the best atmospheres to play in. I think we were definitely on the back foot for that first half of that Hungary game.
Looking at his options, still Noise. This way and that way. Collected on this near side. Swept towards the goal line. Noise collects again. Back towards the blue line. Sarah, Noise with a chance. It goes out in front. They score! Finished by Christopher Bono. A power play goal after just 3 minutes and 31 seconds. And Great Britain find themselves behind.
The moment that first goal went in, I was sat on the bench and listening to them chanting and jumping up and down. Their celebration was they jump up and down. The fans in the whole building was jumping up and down. It was shaking, and I actually thought to myself, "Wow, that's pretty cool." Like, even though we just conceded a goal, I was like, "That is impressive. Like, that's crazy."
You know, we knew if we got one goal back, we didn't really need to win. We just need to get the tie. So, you know, if we get one goal back, we had a chance, and you know, you pull a goalie or whatever, you get a power play. So it was just really focus, keep going at him, We're getting chances, and Banzi played an unbelievable game and gave us every opportunity to win.
GB have got to pick it up a bit here. They're second best in this game and they're trailing. And they're giving opportunities. Another chance comes. What a save, Bounds! Unbelievable stop by Ben Bounds to go the full width of his goal and deny Hungary a second. But Bounds says, not this time.
Never once did I think it's done. We'd done it before with that team, and we'd come back from games, and just that whole belief we had the whole tournament. Not once did I think that game had gone.
Well, I remember it changed a couple of times, because at the beginning of the third day, they come out and score in the first couple of minutes to make it 2-0. So you know, you can feel the bench deflate a little. I remember within a couple of shifts, I think it was Dowdy's line, you know, kind of went out, and there was a big shift down low, and then that momentum just started, you know, creating right throughout the team, and you know, we had some great sustained pressure, and you know, Dowdy's line did what they did all tournament, just put pucks at net, and one come out to Dowds, he just does what he does best, puts it on net, and it goes in, and you just feel that bench just rise again, and it was like, right, we're on, here we come, kind of thing.
GB with another opportunity, shot in on goal, they score! Robert Dowd cuts the deficit in two, and does that breathe life into this campaign for Great Britain? A spinner-armour shot, and finally they get the traffic there in front of Foy.
As the puck gets thrown at the net, it bobbles through a crowd. I was kind of crashing down, and then waited kind of outside the pack, and it bobbles out. First thing in my head is just get it on net. So I managed to get it under control as much as I could and sling it through the crowd, and it managed to find the far corner. And the feeling there is just elation. It's relief, because we drummed up so much pressure, and their goalie seemed so solid. We weren't finding a way past him, so to get that one past him, it's game on then. Now we've got them on the back foot. You can see it as soon as that goal goes in, they're panicking, and we're going. Everybody's going.
You just wanted us to get one goal. I think everyone thought if we got one goal, we'd get another one. We were playing okay. The first period we weren't very good, but the rest of the game we were okay. And I think we just concentrated on getting the first goal. And obviously, when Dowdy scored that, the rest of the game was we dominated.
They always say a 2-goal lead in hockey is the worst lead in hockey. So I guess that turned out to be true this time for Hungary. But we needed something. We needed a garbage goal. It was a garbage goal, but like I said before, who cares? Nobody cares, anybody. If Bouncy would have shot it down and it had gone in, it'd have been unbelievable. And it gave us a chance with 10 minutes to go to do what we needed, which was get a point and get ourselves up to Pool A.
That goal, I think it was, 7 minutes left when Dowdy scored. The bench picked up, everyone picked up, and that belief came even stronger.
Pete's passion is infectious. He cares about his players, he cares about, winning for Great Britain, he cares about everything like that. So guys feed off that. Guys want to win for Pete, want to play for Pete, and obviously tactical side is there, but that passion just kind of pushes everyone forward when you're in those tough times like we were, 2-1 down, not long to go. That kind of, just that passion can really give you that push to go on, and no, that really helped us.
Well, I think I like to call him Rain Man. No, he sees the game very well, and obviously, he's a guy that knows his X's and O's quite well. But not just that. I think he gets these players. He's had them forever. He understands them more than anybody else. He understands what makes them tick and how to get the most out of them. And anytime you're passionate about something and you care, it rubs off on your players, and they see that and they feel that emotion.
Here is Ben O'Connor. Given away in their own zone, this could be real danger. Chance short-handed. A stick in the gloves and given a penalty shot. From a GB perspective, is this better than playing 4-on-4?
The puck gets turned over, and then the Hungarian guy makes a really nice move on Pearl and pulls it through, and Farmer comes in, it makes a play on the guy. Farmer's had no choice. I was just worried about the puck not sliding through my legs, because obviously it changed what were going to happen, so I had to react to that.
Do you know what, when you're 2-1 down though and you're trying to push back, you're going to take risks and things are going to happen, but it sounds crazy. I'd rather give a penalty shot away than a power play, because at least it's one shot instead of giving them 2 minutes to kill the clock as well. So
I know it sounds stupid. I didn't think he was going to score. Bouncy had been so good. He had been so solid all tournament. He hadn't done one hiccup. And Bouncy in regular season, he's so good at penalty shots. He's big, he's agile. I don't know if I didn't feel nervous. Guys were on the bench, and some guys weren't watching. Some guys had their head in their hands. I don't know. I was very confident he was going to stop it. I don't know why. I don't know if it was stupidly so, but I was very confident he was going to stop it.
He'd done it just time after time the whole tournament. In the Poland game with the penalty shot, with and just breakaways or great scoring chances, and he'd made huge saves. The way he was playing, no one on that bench could doubt that there was a good chance he was going to save that penalty shot.
There's no pressure in those moments. It sounds a bit silly, but you can't really think about it. You just got to clear your mind and you got to get on with it. And I knew it was a Euro again, like the other guy. I thought, it's probably going to deke.
A goal here will seal promotion for Hungary. Harry will step in, looking to make the move. Bounce saves! Oh boy! Now this could get very interesting. GB will be on the power play. They've got 98 seconds of that, of the 3 minutes remaining.
He makes a move and goes around me, and I think I flicked my heel up and got it with my ankle. So that feeling was unbelievable. You just knew from that moment there was an energy about the team, and even when you're on the ice, you can still feel it from the bench. And the noise the guys made was unbelievable. And
really, if they score that goal, it's game over. There wasn't long left in the game, and for him to save that was huge.
We had all the faith in him, and you know, pulls off the biggest biggest save in British history, really.
GB have 75 seconds to save themselves here and win a gold medal. Hungary are 75 seconds away from the next level. Here comes Dowd in on the angle, puts it all the way across the face of goal. How much longer will Ben Bounds stay in that net? GB put it out towards the front. They try and stop this one short side. They're digging, whistle blows. Surely now a timeout. 57.3 seconds. One last throw of the dice for Great Britain. It's been a wonderful, wonderful tournament. And now it comes down to this. GB set up with 3 up high. Home fans trying to get their boys over the line. Pellini tied up in the face-off. The linesman gets right in the way. GB have possession though.
As the puck came out, I can't remember if they got a stick on it, but it come out bouncing. And the last thing you want is a bouncing puck, because you don't know if you go down and try and stop it with your legs, does a guy come out and rush you and get it out anyway? So I remember just keeping it in with my skates and just managing to get a stick on it, just to whack it kind of back into the zone so we can keep the play alive. And then obviously it ends up on Brooksy's stick, and Brooksy goes close and their goalie kind of gobbles it up and makes a good stop. But then we've got a draw right at the 9 seconds in there, and they got the puck off the face-off, and all he had to do was go glassing out. But he kind of takes a second on it, and me and Brooksy were coming out hard on him to stop it, because obviously as we lose it, you kind of fly out on that guy, and Brooksy manages to get a stick on him, and it goes to Farms on the wall.
I remember the face-off. I remember I was just trying to kind of get in there, make sure we won the face-off. I think I bowled someone over before, and then Brooksy made a great play so they couldn't clear the zone. And I picked it up, and I didn't really know how much time was left, so I just tried to put it on goal. And I think sometimes when you get a good chance and you score, you're not surprised, but I didn't expect to score that shot, and obviously when it went in, it was a big surprise, and obviously the best moment had probably.
Pellini crouches. Puck goes towards the Hungarian stick. They're trying to force it out. GB have 19 more seconds. They put this one in on goal. Where is it? They've scored! Great Britain have scored!
15 seconds to go in the game.
Robert Farmer forces it over the line, and is that the goal for gold? Great Britain somehow have forced it over the line, and boy, and the Hungarians are now heartbroken, and Great Britain surely are going up to Pool A, to the elite level. What late drama!
It wasn't another goal, no. I don't think at the time really thought about it. I think obviously trying to stay calm at that point in the game, because it was loud in there and what was at stake. And then, like I said, I didn't really expect to score with the shot, so it was a big surprise and obviously a great moment. I mean, I look back on it, and especially when this summer and when I finish playing, it'll be something I'm very, very proud of doing. Yeah, it was a big moment for me, and obviously huge for the team, and that's the main thing. I felt it's a thing with playing on that team. It feels good to contribute with everyone else because it's such a team atmosphere, and yeah, it was a great feeling, especially at the end of the game.
I didn't even know it was, and at first I just knew when they were jumping about the nutcases, and then I was just, I've known Farm since he was 14 years old, and crazy. Like I look at the little video and I feel like an idiot when I watch it. I don't know what I was doing. And Keither and Corey were laughing, but then I watched Keither in the Continental Cup when they tied the game up. He was jumping around like a nutcase as well. Do you know what I mean? And I laugh. You can't slag me off for my celebration, but
one of the moments you start like screaming and shouting on the bench. I went so dizzy I thought it was going to fall over. I looked to my side and Matthew's got tears in his eyes, and it was absolutely out of this world. The best feeling again.
Farms' celebration was insane. Yeah, it was just actually the best part about that celebration was when you watch the highlights back is one of the Hungarian players loses his stick up into the air, and Ben O'Connor's celebrating, and it just goes straight into hand, and he doesn't even realise. And I only seen now when Richie pointed it out to me a few months afterwards. But yeah, the bench was mayhem. Everybody was going wild, and
I remember laughing because as it goes in, I go to celebrate, and a high stick their player so hard in the face, I almost take his teeth out. But I didn't care. I was so happy to get into that pile, and everyone was just going nuts.
You know, it was almost that thing. Losing never crossed my mind. You know, we were just in a game. We were playing, and we were going to get that goal eventually, you know. I was sitting beside Seth Bennett, and I think on some of the reviews that I've seen when they've played it again, you can actually hear my voice. It's like, oh my God, or something to that effect. But because we were so high up as well in Budapest, in the gods basically, commentating. But I think it was Seth's excitement of the goal going in that sort of made me jump, and like we couldn't see really whether the puck was in or not. It was just like the celebration, obviously, that it had gone in.
I've been a part in championships. You know, league titles, you know, playoffs, Challenge Cup finals, you know what I mean? But nothing compared to that. It was just like a hair standing moment on the back of your neck. It was just right, it went right through my body. I'm like, I can't believe this.
To actually achieve what we did was remarkable and emotional, and like you become drained, but then the adrenaline is flowing and you're just so excited. It's something that I've never experienced before, and like you say, I've been involved in hockey a long time.
When you look back, once you've retired and you're talking to your grandkids, that's one that'll stay with you, definitely.
So then you start thinking, right, so we scored a goal, but now you've still got 15 seconds left to kill.
Kazakhstan were planning their trip to Slovakia. Italy were probably wondering what they're going to be doing next year and maybe considering hosting a championship. Well, right now they're riding Great Britain's coattails into the top tier.
This building's gone quiet.
Well, not the GB fans away to our left, though. This has been unbelievable. Great Britain have saved themselves with 15 seconds to go, but is there maybe one more chance for the Hungarians? They shoot this one in, it bobbles up in the air. Where is it? It's on the top of the net. The fans think it's gone in. It hasn't. 7 seconds to go.
They actually got quite a good shot towards the end, and we got guys diving in front, but you know, we were going to do, if we had to put our face in front, we were putting our face in. There was nothing that we weren't going to try to keep that puck out of the net.
It actually slipped past my glove. I thought I was in good position, but as he bats it, it comes off his stick weird again, and lands on the back of the net, and the crowd went wild. And to be fair, for a second I actually thought it'd gone in and my heart sank, and then I realised it's on the back, so I just jumped and covered it.
Fair to say, if anyone watched the last 15-16 seconds, there was a couple dubious calls, and an icing that we won the race to, which should never have been icing. A couple really dodgy decisions, but again we fought through it, and the buzzer goes, and we only needed the point to get promoted. And
the shot from the angle comes into the body of Ben Bowsley. Hooter goes. GB have won gold. They throw everything up in the air, but they've still got to play overtime. They don't realise it, but Great Britain are on their way. Great Britain are going to the top tier.
If you look at the tape at the end of the game, I ditched my gloves and helmet and stick and jumped on the ice and ran to Bouncy. And
just seeing the guys rushing on and thinking, we still got OT to play. So half the guys come on, half the guys didn't, and it were a weird kind of feeling, that knowing that we just won, we didn't need to play anymore, but we had to play OT and finish that game off. And
I was one of the guys that kind of remembered, because I just went to jump the boards. A few guys jumped the boards, and as I went to jump, someone was like, we still have overtime to play, and I was like, oh, yeah. So I'm celebrating on the bench, but we had a handful of guys celebrating with the goalie with helmet and gloves on.
John, myself and Lacko were throwing our sticks, throwing our gloves. We had our helmets off. Some guys were coming off the bench. Some guys were still on the bench because they knew we had to play overtime.
A couple of us went and hugged Bouncy. The helmets were off, and then obviously the realisation that we've got overtime to play. And
I definitely threw my gloves. I was aware there's overtime, but I thought we're going to celebrate this no matter what.
I've seen interviews done for athletes and other movie stars and what have you, when they win awards or win medals, and they say I'm speechless, and I think, oh, that's a load of rubbish. Just say what you've got to say and let's move on. But I was literally speechless. I couldn't get my words out.
Matthew, that must be the best feeling in your hockey career.
you want me to give you a minute? There's a lot of emotion down on this bench, and there's been many tears so far. It really is a remarkable thing, because don't forget, 10 seconds before the end of the game, GB were not going to the promised land, but they have made it, and they are going now to Slovakia next year. Matthew, I'll try again. How are you feeling?
Sorry about that. Well, you can see how I'm feeling. It's unbelievable. I've been doing this with Andy a few more years, but with him for probably 10 years now, 14, maybe 15 years myself, and it's a dream come true.
Yeah, it was a bit weird that we had to go do that overtime afterwards. I know it's the rules, but it was like, when can we go celebrate?
That's the most I've ever enjoyed overtime in a shootout, and I can remember thinking to myself, you know what, I want to listen to our national anthem twice a day, and I don't want to win a gold medal off a game that I've lost, whether it's in OT or not, no matter what the comeback were. And
but before that, you were tired, your body's hurting. That overtime, I felt like I was skating on a cloud, like not a care in the world.
Me, Pearls, and maybe Benny started the overtime, and then I was like, I can't go back on. My head's all over the place. I'm ready to start drinking some beers and start celebrating already.
20 seconds remaining. This could be the chance to finish it all off. Another kick save, Ben Bounce. Has he been unreal, or what for Great Britain?
Incredible.
They go hard off the boards. Here's Brooks coming in. 8 seconds to go. The pass just led him a little too far. He's on his own behind the goal line. He's going to get a chance backhand side. Stolen off his tape. There we go. We're going to penalty shots.
That 3-on-3 overtime were pretty open both ways, and you go into the shootout. Farms and Benny make sick moves.
It was fun. It's a lot easier taking a penalty shot when there's no pressure on it than, you know, imagine if that's to go up or down.
I think the guy that scored against me made a really good move as well, and to finish on the shot that they did, we kind of faked it. I dropped a bit early, but I'm pretty big. I knew I could reach back, and he didn't lift that puck, so hits my glove, and then after that it's just pure celebration.
And it's all over. The game comes to a close. GB win on a shootout with gold already assured, and they're going to the top flight. They are going to go and play the best teams in world hockey. GB once again are golden here.
There's a lot of emotion there. Like, you know, that is this 6th place team comes up and goes right up to Pool A, and I think it was the first ever team to win 2 gold medals in a row. A team that no one rated, and a team that turned a tournament on its head, and it was a wild tournament, because I think even at the last moment there was so many ups and downs could have happened, and you know, I think it was just, you know, it's definitely one of the best moments ever in my hockey career. I don't know if you'll ever top that.
I've been playing for the national team for, I think my first year I was 19, I'm 34 now, so 15 years. And we've had some wins, but nothing compared to that. And I mean, even in my domestic career, it's not the same as winning for your country. Yeah.
I don't know if it's kind of disbelief or shock or what. It's unlike any other championship that I've ever won before.
And it was such a great feeling to do it with the guys that were new to the team, but also the guys that didn't have the success with, you know, the years previous in Holland and in Croatia, of losing out in that last game, to flip it on its head, to go back-to-back gold medals, to get promoted, and to be on the ice and be a part of that was something special.
A crowning moment for British hockey, as now the whole ice hockey world is listening. The team bring it in together, and as one, they raise the trophy up in the air. Great Britain win gold. Great Britain are promoted. Great Britain are going to play with the stars. The celebrations will go long into the night. It's been a brilliant week in Budapest. GB have done it from 6th seed to gold medals and champions. One of the biggest days in the history of British ice hockey. And Great Britain have done it by beating the host Hungary by 3-2.
Like you try not like think about it too much, like because even some of the players still say they don't really, it's not hit home, and I think it's a crazy situation, you know. It's hard for British people in this sport, you know. You're a North American sport, and everybody thinks you have to be North American to be successful. So when you get in a situation like that and everything goes your way, and you know everybody's buying into each other, and there's no individuality, and it's just for the team. I think it's you know, like anytime I think about it, it's just quite an emotional moment. You know, it's like you'll never forget it. Like we could go up here and get absolutely demolished, which people think we will, and or we could go in there and surprise a team and stay up. Like there's just, it doesn't matter what happens. It's a win-win situation, and it's to be a guy that I suppose from a street in Ayr. To be 44 years old and going to coach against Canada and America, it's kind of, you know what I mean? Let's be honest.
For me personally, it was real special to watch the players that I've played against and played with and coached now, and obviously, you know, seeing Pete depart from MK and have a rough season himself, and Corey as well from Nottingham. It was real special to see those guys have success. To end the season on a high note was something special. So it was cool to see that as well.
Just remember, after in the dressing room, we're all sitting there, we're all pumped, and then the realization sat in that we're tired, we're exhausted, we're excited, all these emotions. It's been a roller coaster of a week, and we were just knackered. We were so tired, so happy, just every emotion you can think of.
It's such a special feeling. I had tears in my eyes, overcome with joy, and yeah, just to celebrate in the room after, unbelievable. Knowing what we're going up to this year, such a special feeling.
But then you think, well, you win something like that, you go and party all night. We were so tired. Like everyone was so excited, obviously down at the rink, and then you go back, you get a shower, and it's like, right, we're going to drink all night with this trophy, and you're about 2 pints in, and you're like falling asleep, trying to party because you're just so exhausted.
And even when we got back, you know, I remember there was texts in the group, and just everyone saying like I'm dying, I'm absolutely dying here. Like the exhaustion was crazy, and it lasted a good kind of 4 or 5 weeks afterwards. And that's where you know, everyone kept watching the games which were taped from the free sports there, and they were just in disbelief the whole time. And you know I watched the highlights so many times, and each time you get them goosebumps again, you know, and even waiting for that face-off when Farm scores, you're on the edge of your seat. I mean, I know what happened. I was watching, but again, you're watching it and just kind of like, yep, we just scored. Here we come, World Championships.
I'm sitting here right now, and it's February. It still hasn't sunk in. I was sitting with David Phillips. He said the enormity of what we did, you know, still hasn't sunk in.
My dad played at the top flight for GB, you know, back in the day, and it hasn't been done since. So it's kind of come full circle for us, and you know, he's very proud, and he wants British hockey to do well and be at the top, and just like we all do. So for me to be a part of the team and to be going there and representing GB at the top flight against some of the best players in the world, you know, it's a dream come true, and it's something that I'll cherish.
I mean, for Great Britain to go to Pool A, I don't know what we're rated now, but we weren't even rated in the group below. We were still in the ratings of the Pool C, you know, and then we're in Pool A.
There's a lot changed since they were there before. The actual games changed, the rules have changed. I think now we've got stronger British players than what we had then, because the team was made up of a lot of dual nationals then, or like British passport holders, like with Canadian citizenships, etc.
I know when they done it 25 years ago, there was a lot of, maybe, I think there was maybe 17, 18. But I think the other thing that people don't realise is the other countries split up now. So it's even harder, because, you know, Czech split up, the Russian Baltic countries came, you know, there's a lot of changed nations now, you know, and it's an even bigger pool of talent, you know, to play against. And I think anybody outside our country understands it. I mean, the amount of calls we got for interviews from Canada and America, they thought it was wild. You know, they would just see what an amazing story it is.
Even the president of the IHF is so happy that Great Britain have made it back to the top flight. And the words he said to me in September was, "We want you to stay there." I think everybody in the world wants Great Britain to stay in the top division. And for me, like for how long I've been involved, remember I started as a team manager when they got relegated from the top flight before, to now being the General Secretary of the Federation and looking after the national teams, like assisting Andy Buxton as the GM, who's absolutely fantastic with the job that he does over the years that he's done. And this is a huge thing for him as well. And I think the two of us are like quite excited inside and optimistic, but it's a dream come true.
No, I thank you all. I'm very emotional about it. It means a lot to me, and you've all been fantastic, and I love working for you all. So thanks.
We go to the World Championships every year, but this is the best talent on the planet, and we're going to be on the same ice, comparing yourself to them. That's exciting.
It's pretty cool. Obviously, I have a lot of family back home in Canada, and it's going to be pretty special. Been looking forward to playing at this level, you know, my whole life. So now I'm just going to have as much fun as I can and enjoy every minute of it.
That's what you want to do. You want to play against the best. To say that you've been there, that you've done that, it's just a feeling you've got to embrace and just enjoy, because it's absolutely amazing.
So 25 guys are going to get the experience of a lifetime and get to do something really special. And we must just take it for what it is. You know, it's we go and try and compete in every single game, and we take what we can get, and if we can win a game and stay up, that'd be another dare to dream, I think.